Welcome. Hi, I'm Peaches from the Doris Griffin Senior Center here in San Antonio, Texas. And we're excited today because we're going to share with you a craft that we do here and that we're working on as we speak. So we wanted to share it with you too. I'm here with Anita Ramirez, and she's going to help me because we're talking about dichos. And so dichos are very special to the Hispanic population, and we're going to tell you what the difference between that and a nicho is. I know they sound the same, but close, but not the same. So tell me, why is this such an important time for us to be talking about this?
Well, years ago, one of the presidents decided that he was going to identify 1 week dedicated to Hispanic Heritage Week, in which we celebrate the traditions, the culture, and even the language that Spanish-speaking people.
Very important. So tell me, what is a dicho?
A dicho is a saying that can be witty, humorous, or it can show wisdom. And we heard these throughout our childhood. From mama, from papa, from other relatives. And they're meant to be, like I said, funny and full of wisdom. They're sayings, sentences, phrases.
Yeah, it's great. And I started thinking, I can't remember. You and I were talking and trying to remember ones. And so I went to the internet, and there are books on it. So when Anita and I sat down to start looking at these dichos, we were like, oh, I remember that one. Oh, I remember that one. And it's fun. The exciting part about it is we're going to do these bilingual here at the center. We have them so that people understand what they mean in Spanish, and then we have it so that you can put it in English if you choose to. It's a class, like I said, we're going to offer, and we're excited about it. But it's important for our heritage that we talk about the dichos. And then there's another word I mentioned, which was nichos. And I'm going to show you a couple of these. And so a lot of them are built around religion. Some of them are built on the afterlife. But tell me about a nicho.
A nicho, it can be dedicated to a person, even your little pet that passed away. It can be dedicated to an event that has happened. What we're going to do today, we're going to dedicate it to the Spanish culture that was used back in our childhood, called dichos. A dicho, like I said, is a saying, and nicho rhymes with that, so we called it Dichos Nichos project.
Yeah.
And the nicho is the shadow box. And these are some of the ones that are store-bought. And these are empty and ready to be filled in.
Before and afters. Yeah, they're great. And the nice thing about it is that when you're sitting around and you're doing a craft like this, you are bringing up your past, which is important. That remember that how our grandparents were involved in our life, how our parents were involved in our life. And the neat thing about it is you're sharing that with other people. So I saw a spark when you started talking to people about it. They got very excited. They all wanted to be part of this. And we're having a class, like I said, on this, but it's amazing how filled it's become. It's an easy project. You don't have to have much. Tell me about some of the holdings for the dichos that you've seen.
You can use a little matchbox, and we have a book that is dedicated to making shadow boxes. It's by a Hispanic author named Kathy Cano Murillo, and it's full of nichos. We also have books that are full of dichos, the sayings that we heard in our childhood. We have 2 books. The benefit of this project here at the Senior Center is because seniors will have an opportunity to recall, to use their memory of what they used to hear in their childhood. And also another benefit is that they get involved in talking, like Peaches was saying. You start talking about the dichos, the sayings that you heard growing up, and everybody here at the center has something to share. They just light up when they have the opportunity to talk about these dichos. And it's part of our Spanish language culture very popular in Mexico to have these sayings around us, and we grow up with these.
Yeah. And I love it because talking about it, people were laughing and crying at the same time because remembering it brought back such great memories. So we're going to tell you, right, this is our part 1. So we're going to tell you what you're going to need to do this. And it, like Anita says, it can be a matchbox. It can be a sucrete box. It could be just an old small box that you're going to recover. It doesn't matter. What we were lucky enough to do is somebody donated a bunch of these little boxes to us. So we're going to do a class on that. And what we wanted to do first was to tell you to make sure you pick out a paint. It can be bright colored. It can be not. The ones that we did, I just happened to have some gold paint at the house. So when I did one, I did it in gold and it just came out beautiful. So what we're telling everybody, and then that gives you the time to pick up what you'll need for the next class, which is going to show you how to build it, is to get a box that you choose your liking. And I'll tell you, this one was amazing. Somebody donated this to us, and it's so that you can put it with a picture, and that's where we're going to put the dicho. And then we're using the little box underneath here to put some memorabilia in here, things that reminded them of where the dichos came from. Maybe it was the grandmother's saying or mother's, or sometimes the father's saying. But we are going to decorate one that looks just like this and show you how. So let's talk about the pieces that you'll need. Many of them can be things that you'll find in your sewing box or in your junk drawer, or little things that you can't even imagine, from pieces of ribbon to little flowers, depending on what your dicho is. And we'll talk about that in a minute too. But we have some Day of the Dead, some butterflies. Even if you have a box that's bigger that maybe could hold a small sombrero, or maybe if there's a little, I love these guys, and they come in all sizes. So you can purchase things or you don't have to. Glitter, there's so many things.
You can use shoe boxes to build your nicho.
Yeah.
Your shadow box. So you can use, like we said earlier, you can use any kind of box that you want.
Yep. So you have probably somewhere, if you have grandchildren, I know you have felt somewhere, so you can cut out a flower, or you can cut out a heart. You have glitter, some things, or these little, they look like Valentine's hearts, but when you put them in a dicho, it makes a different look to it. And I like the Milagros. That's one of my favorite of all the pieces, is the saints. And even though you look at and there's a cow, well, we want to make sure that cow is blessed. And so sometimes that is why it's a milagro. So we're happy with that. We have the Blessed Mother in here. We have a leg. We have an arm. We have a heart. There's all parts of this that are part of the milagros.
And they're used throughout Mexico. You can either carry them with you, or you can set them up in an altar, and they express hope. Like if you are having trouble with your heart, you can put a milagro that represents your heart, or you can carry it with you. The thing is that they express hope and miracles to happen in your life.
So what we're going to do is go over again what you're going to need. So you need a box of some kind. It doesn't have to be anything special. And if it is an old shoe box, then you can cover it with some wrapping paper and then start from there. But if you have a small box, and sometimes like the stores that have all the, Michael's, the Hobby Lobbies, they have all those things that you can look for, or even go to a thrift store and find little tchotchkes there. So you're going to start off with the box that you choose that you like, and then from there you're going to think about, what is your saying going to be? What dicho do you want to use? And so everybody, when you think about it, you can remember something that they said over and over again, and that's the blessing that you're going to be able to do. And then you'll put that somewhere in your dicho. We were lucky enough that this was a photo box, so we're going to put it in here. We're going to put the dicho that we have, and we'll show you that on part 2. Then you're going to need to decorate. So you're going to paint that box, and after you've painted it, you let it dry. You'll put your dicho in it wherever you need, and if you need to put a glue over that or some kind of decoupage over that, you'll seal it. But then you're going to look for all your decorations, and so again, flowers, and then butterflies and saints, ribbon, all the little things, glitter, all the things that make it kind of pop. And you can see from here, these were things that they just brought from their home, and I'm telling you, a lot of these were already there. There's a holy card. Maybe sometimes you'll find ones that have a rosary in it. Depends what the dicho is. It may have something that reflects back to a religious significance, or it may be fun and silly and just great. So there's all different ways that you can do it. So those are what you're going to need. And then what we're going to do is we're going to set up for part 2 on this. And after you've purchased all your stuff or you found all the stuff at your house, come back, plug us back in, and then part 2 with us together. Thank you. We'll see you soon. We'll be here.